Today I'm going to show you how to make a granny square border with a fan style trim on the end. You want to start roughly on one of the corners, not exact. If you start right in the corner, it's a little bit hard to go around and get everything lined up. So start like one or two in, makes it a little bit easier. We're going to do 3 double crochets, but because we're starting off with nothing, you want to wrap your yarn around your crochet hook twice. So that way when we go in and we try to do our double crochet, we have the yarn to make that possible. So there's our first double crochet. Then we're going to do our second double crochet and our third double crochet. We're not going to do any chaining in between. We're going to go right next to the next hole. Do your double crochet, then your second double crochet, and your third double crochet. Now, because we are on a corner, we want to do 2 chains so that it gives us a nice pivot point for our corner. We're then going to do a second set of 3 double crochets in this corner. So that way it gives us a nice layout. If you go automatically into the 2 sets of the double crochets without doing the chaining, it doesn't lay us flat. So on the corner you want to make sure you do those 2 extra chains. When we're on a flat section, we don't need to worry about that. So we are just going to go ahead and do 3 double crochets in each of our openings. So that's one set. And next one. And you're going to do that all the way around your blanket for your first row. Once we have gone around completely for our first row, to meet up and finish off this end, we're going to do slip stitches in between here. Our goal is to get to this spot here, but we don't want it to be bulky. So we're just going to separate this out and stick our crochet hook in here, and we're just going to do a slip stitch. See how that connects the row? We're going to go into the next opening here and do another slip stitch, and then one more slip stitch so that we can get to this point here. We are now in this area. We're going to do a second row of 3 double crochets just like we did for the first row. And again, it's easiest if we don't start completely in a corner. We just want to be off to this corner by 1. So we're going to do 3 double crochets in this spot here. So that's the beginning of our second row. And then we're going to go up to our corner. When we're working on the flat spot, we're just going to go right up to the corner, do 3 double crochets, and then we're going to do another set of 3 double crochets to make our corner. But remember, we made 2 chain stitches first to give us a nice pivot point, and then do our 3 double crochets. So there is the beginning of our second row. Now we're going to go into this point here. We're going to do 3 double crochets in this opening. We're going to go to the next opening and do 3 double crochets, And we're going to repeat that process all the way around our blanket until we meet back up to here. Once we get close to the beginning again, we're going to do the same thing. Look for the little opening so that we can do a slip stitch to connect and make this one continuous row. And then we're going to do another slip stitch within the double chains and another slip stitch until we get to the opening near the corner. Now you'll notice I ended up doing 3 borders all the way around because I wanted to mimic what I have within my blanket. So you can do however many rows for the border that you want. For the next part, we're going to start a different type of stitch. We're going to do 2 single crochets and 3 chains in each area. So for this opening here, we're going to do 2 single chains. 2 single crochets. We're going to do 3 chains, and then we're going to do 2 single crochets. We're in the corner, which normally we ended up doing 2 chains, but because we're going to end up doing a little bit of a lacier border, go ahead and do 3 chains. 2 single crochets, and then when we come around to this part here, we're going to do 3 chains, and in this opening, 2 single crochets, 3 chains, and keep going, 2 single crochets. So we're going to have this chain all the way around. Once we have come around to our beginning starting point, we're going to do a slip stitch so that we can connect that border. We're now going to start working in the 3 chain pieces that we did. The pattern is 1 single crochet, 3 double crochets, 1 single crochet in each of these chain bits. So we're going to do 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet, and then 1 single crochet. And it creates this fan on top of our chain. We're not going to do any connecting pieces. We're going to go right to our next chain piece, and we're going to do a single crochet, 3 double crochets, so 1, 2, 3, and then 1 single crochet. And we're going to do that all the way around our entire border. Again, we're working in just those chain pieces that we did. Once we get towards the end and we have one more little ring to do, so we're going to do our 1 single crochet, our 3 double crochets, our 1 single crochet, and then we're going to just go into one of these little center bits, and we're going to do a slip stitch and just pull the yarn completely through to finish off the end. There you go. Just weave in the end and you are all done.